Namaskar viewers. It is about providing quality education through online mode. I shall just through the slides. Give me a minute. Can we focus on the slides, please? Okay. So we are going to talk about providing quality education through online mode in India, and the importance of policy support, digital infrastructure, and institutional alignment with learner needs. Why this is so important for us to provide education through online mode. So at the very beginning, I would like to welcome all the viewers. आप सबका स्वागत है इस सेशन पे. खुशी है कि हम आप जुड़ पाते हैं ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन. So I will be speaking a little about why online education is so important for our country, and why there is this need to have universal education, and how we are making it possible to actually reach out to every corner of our country to give access to education. So we are going to talk about the importance of access to education, and we are going to talk about how our government, institutions in our country are aligning themselves to learner needs, because that is the way in which we can actually make online education acceptable to our population. As we know, we are a country which had started with conventional education to online education has become a very commonplace thing, and what is leading this revolution of access to learning is IGNOU. So we are, IGNOU is one of the largest universities in the world, aware because IGNOU started with the ODL form of learning, and now we are offering ODL and online mode to we are using ODL as online mode to deliver our program to start your learning journey, whoever is watching this program. I will be talking not exactly about the program. We'll quickly look at these issues which I was speaking about. This is a visualization which I find very interesting, so I wanted to share with you. Now this is a visualization which is showing the trajectory of the countries. As we are aware that in April 2023, India surpassed China as being the most populous nation in the world. Okay, so we are up there in terms of population. Now, how does this population translate into something which is actually beneficial for us? That's what this graph is going to show. It is going to show across the world how countries' demographics are reflecting their capacity to grow and progress in the future. So I will just, I don't know if it is very clear on the screen, but I will tell you. When you see the topmost slide, the topmost visualization, to the right is India. And the greatest thing is that the median age of the population is 28 years, which is an excellent age of working population, but it suggests a high potential for future growth. There is a caveat again here. It has a high potential. However, you need good investment in education. You need good education, good investment in healthcare, and also there has to be job creation. So we look at this, we see the demographic dividend, we see how wonderfully placed we are. I will just talk about the other countries quickly to give you a sense of how India is top of the pile. But we have to realize this potential through very strong and aggressive action in the coming years. I will quickly take you to China. It will make you understand that the median age of China is 28 years, much older than us. And then there is an aging population. Come to US, you take a look, it's 39 years, there is an aging population. Median age of Japan is 49 years with a very huge aging population. Then Europe, we again find that the median age is 43, 44 years and there is an aging population. Africa is little behind us. They have a very young population, 18, 19. So we can expect Africa to do well in the coming years. However, let us focus on our situation. And in our situation, we have a look. What are the challenges? The challenges here are that if there is this growing population entering the labor market and the global trend demands new skills and there is the issue of digital transformation, there is this challenge of tariffs. So new skill sets are required. Again, India is facing unemployment. Yes, it's a challenge among its workforce. There is 4.9%, that is Press Information Bureau, April 2025 data. So that's not very comfortable. Then we are looking at current estimates which are indicating that just 2.3% of India's workforce has undergone formal skill. To make these figures comparable to other developed countries. Again, I will say that how online education really wins and is the need of an hour. Online education, as you are aware, is studying completely online without any face-to-face, ODL and online. We have to understand that ODL has a component which is face-to-face. However, online doesn't have any face-to-face component. Now, the critical components, I will quickly take you through this. How can we offer quality education through online mode in India? So, there are one or two issues which we have to take a look at. Enabling education policy. Yes, India has been right there with the enabling education policy. They have been able to set in place a good policy behind in the past years, and NEP 2020 has been a game changer. We need a robust digital infrastructure and the institutions have to be aligned. So here I have given some points how NEP 2020 has actually made us really be top of the pile in delivering education, and that too through online mode. And so we are expecting a good leap in gross enrollment ratio in the coming years. Digital infrastructure, we have pushed digital infrastructure across the country, and this has been happening through the years. It didn't happen in a day. And here I have given a link which is interesting. You can explore this further. However, one of the issues which needs to be really brought into the public space is that you can use online education for picking. You can study online, because when they talk about digital infrastructure, mostly we find that people are using it for social relation. That when I say consciousness of a population, I'm talking about faraway rural areas, the inhospitable areas which are linked through about studying online, point one. Point two, they are not aware that they can actually pick up. So they do not know that we can study completely online and pick up. Okay, now I am looking at this point of institutional ourselves. As I had mentioned earlier, it's very important for us to understand that a learner will opt for a certain mode of study depending on their comfort level. We do know with such a background, what the institutions have to do, because an enabling policy is in place, so there can be no issues about that. However, when... Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So we were talking about institutional alignment. So here I will share with you a study of we look at it, we keep learners central to whatever we do, because at the end of the day, it is the learners who have to come and enroll and be comfortable about studying with our university. So in this study, we checked and analyzed the issues faced by the learners, and this was to understand what are the problems they are facing and what are the operational shifts we need to do to put this right or to make operational changes. Now, this study consisted of two parts. First, a small study was done, which was an exploratory sort of study, and which really showed us that yes, there is a lot of insights we can gain on how to align our institution to the learner needs by understanding exactly what they have asked for and analyzing it. So it was a very short study. The first one, just about 74 respondents, learners. These are all learners who are online learners of IGNOU programs, and who have approached the university, a certain site, a certain support email, to ask redressal for certain issues they are facing. So in the first study, which was a very short study, few months, but gave us quite an insight. And so then we went for a larger, more detailed study, which is in phase 2. Okay. So if I take you through the very basic questions which were asked to these learners, that when you took, here we are trying to understand what is the perception of the population about online mode. Do they understand what online mode is when they walk in to take admission, walk in, or rather online they apply for admission? Do they know what it entails, that it is completely online? So when we did a quick check, we saw that most of them were comfortable. They knew what it was all about. Some of them were not sure, that is about 15% not sure, and about 8% really didn't know what they were getting into. But these are learners who have already registered for studying a program through online mode. So they have already registered, they are already learners of our university. However, they are still not sure what they have got into. So here what we are looking at is aggressively we need to do awareness, send them a FAQ, just clear their doubts so it's not an unsurmountable problem. Second one, understanding of the LMS. As we are aware that the online mode of learning is essentially dependent on, the study is done through a platform, the learning management system. Now, most of the learners are not aware how to negotiate the LMS, and which is showing up here. This is a 2023 study, end of 2023 year, which I have, I think, already defined in my earlier slide. So here we find that, do you need orientation in understanding LMS? Yes, they don't understand how to study through that. Okay, now when we further take a look, what has been your experience while studying online mode? Okay, so this is 2023 end, and here we find that yes, they are facing some issues in studying online, and the need of the hour was to understand what are these issues. These are issues which are operational issues, so we make shifts and we strengthen a particular operation to ensure things go right. This is how an institution evolves, and we will proudly say that by understanding the learner needs, IGNOU has progressed to actually making the learners very comfortable with online learning. So we are finding that we have this huge number of learners who actually want to study online. So here we looked at the issues, and when we sort of split them up further, we understood that yes, there are some issues which are there, not unsurmountable, very simple, more awareness, and more basic issues which ODL learners also face off and on. Here, I'll just take you to the detailed study, because this is a very happy change, which made us really enthusiastic and confident about the way online education we were able to deliver. Because here is the question which asks that do you need information on how to study with IGNOU online program? If you recall in the earlier slide and in the earlier graph, we had asked a similar question, and it was more than about 75% learners were actually not comfortable in studying online, and they needed more information. And here it is very clear they really don't need information on how to study with IGNOU online program. Very few, 11.2%. So that's nice, which is again showing the adaptability of the learners on how they are able to. I will go back here. It has been seen that the developing countries of the global south, where we are positioned, there is a great adaptability among learners to adapt and move to new ways of working, new ways of learning, and also adapt to technology, which is another great skill, because in the coming years that is a skill which will be needed as there are shifts and huge explosion of technology and AI. And also there is this shift in the nature of work. It was already known that work and the nature of work is going to change, and it is already showing up in the present situation where there are a lot of retrenchments. So here is this urgent need for people to upskill and reskill themselves. And that is why, again, I will come back to the point, why is online education so important, so necessary? Even those who are working, those who are already into a profession, however they understand that they have to shift their profession, they have to move into a new form of take up new skills, they have to realign themselves. It is a need of the hour, because otherwise we can see unemployment shooting up. So this is also a message to all our listeners, that we have to be aware of our situation and the geopolitical shifts across the world, the technology onslaught which is changing the way we work. And this realization has to happen not only among the younger generation which is getting into education and going into higher education or taking up new skills, but it is also very essential for all working individuals to align themselves, reskill themselves, so that they can shift from one profession to the other, which is extremely important. And why I find this graph to be really positive is the fact that this change and this shift is very easy. Now this is showing the it's a period 2024. That was end of 2023. The earlier graph which I showed was end of 2023, where there was this huge demand for information, and learners really wanted to know. But this visualization shows us that till the end of 2024 or beginning 2025, we have this huge comfort level for online education. So this is a great shift. And now I will just touch upon a couple of graphs that will of course need a lot of maybe a lot of time to explain. However, it will just give you a sense of how we align, how institutions can align themselves to become better, to plug the gaps, to streamline their operations, and to understand what the learner needs. So here For example, we are checking in SRD, and please remember these are just let's say 0.8% of learners we have picked up to analyze. So this is not really reflecting all the learners. However, this should not be viewed as the percentage of learners facing issues. No, it should. It actually, this visualization shows what are the actual issues which are affecting. That's what we have to pick up, and that's what we have to work on in the institution to make the institutional systems smooth, to make the learner comfortable. So I will quickly show you. So we have analyzed what are the requirements for LMS, what are the kind of grievances, what are the kind of issues people are facing for another operational division, and also some of the issues which are faced at the regional level. However, you will understand here, for I will take a example of this. These queries are very simple and just shows us that we need to focus on more awareness, maybe circulate FAQs. So these are not unsurmountable issues. So at the end of it, I would say that we see that online education actually has a great growth trajectory. We need learners to understand online learning is something which you can opt for and study along with your job. You can do 2 courses at the same time, and you need to upskill, upgrade, and here IGNOU is offering you the best of content, the best of learning, and yes, and this is how we are really learner centric. We are giving primacy to the learner and aligning our institution as per the learner needs. So with this, I will end my small conversation, and I hope it inspires you and makes you understand why India needs you to upskill yourself. India needs you to put your shoulder to the wheel if we have to look at Viksit Bharat as we have envisaged for the future. Maybe we look forward to having you as one of our learners someday soon. Thank you so much.